We on that air, baby. We on that air. Barb Jones 345. You already know what it is. On air. It is technically Friday morning. This is a night recording. This is a night recording because I'm awake and it's nighttime. I don't really have a better reason for you. I'm awake. It's nighttime. It's pretty late. It is 12:27 a.m. Friday morning. We're coming at you right now on the air. You can see the promo on your screen here, 345 Sports Talk. If you want to get the audio, 345 Sports Talk at buzzsprout.com. If you are Apple subscriber or Spotify subscriber, you can see on the right hand of your screen there that you can access my podcast from those platforms if you go to this website here. If you are, there's a lot of people that are listening to the audio, so if you're already listening to the audio, then you already know. Barb Jones 345, man, we're gonna go ahead and get into this. How y'all doing today? We are here after midnight because this is just when I had time to do the podcast, man. You know, sometimes you just want to get stuff done so you don't have to do it tomorrow. And so that's my thing here is I'm doing this tonight so I don't have to wake up and do it. And by the time I wake up and by the time you guys wake up, the highlights will already be posted and the podcast will already be uploaded. So I don't have to wake up and do this in the morning. My days, I have enough to do. So I'm awake. Let's get it done. We got football on here. And football and basketball are the topics today. Those are... There's no baseball, even though we did just have an outstanding, before I say there's no baseball, I'm not going to go over it. But we just had an outstanding All-Star break. I always have fun watching the home run derby. I did pick Cal Raleigh to win, and I did win $100 on DraftKings. But I always enjoy watching the home run derby, you know, no matter who's in it. It's just a break from the norm, and it's fun to watch. But let's talk about that All-Star game where it went to an extra home run derby hit-off. That was awesome. And they need to, you know, I mean, it's hard to end the All-Star game tied for that to happen. But it was really good to see that because it was the first time in MLB history that had happened. And so I was really happy to get two home run derbies in one All-Star break, and that's awesome. And then we get baseball back today, actually, later today. So we're going to start with NFL, though. Terry McLaurin is having frustrations with Washington. Washington hasn't paid him. He's on the end of a contract. Terry McLaurin is a top 10 receiver in the league. The guy has put up 5 consecutive 1,000-yard campaigns. Right now, he is on a $15.5 million salary. It's the final year. He has not shown up to any mini camps, and he's basically said that he's not showing up to the season to practice or anything unless he gets this extension. He's looking for an extension. Garrett Wilson just got an extension to the tune of $32.5 million a year. So Terry McLaurin is going to want something similar. The guy is really good. The Commanders did just bring over Deebo Samuel, but you know, Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel's a gadget receiver. He runs, he catches, you know, he does reverses. Deebo Samuel's a gadget receiver, great to have on the other end, but Terry McLaurin is the number one receiver in Washington. And so I just hope that Washington doesn't have any stupid ideas. Like I've seen a couple articles that say if they won't pay him to trade him, but let's be real here. They're gonna pay him. I don't think that it's on any of the Washington Commanders front office agendas to trade Terry McLaurin after the seasons he's been having. He's 30 years old. His career's not over. He said that people keep talking about him like he's washed up. And that's the guy had 1,000 yards, and I'm pretty sure he had 13 touchdowns or something. The guy went off. He absolutely went off last season. He's great with Jaden Daniels. It should be a no-brainer. Maybe they're just trying to. Maybe the front office is trying to just crunch some numbers. I don't know what the holdup is, but I'm just gonna go out and say that he will be paid, and he will be paid before the season starts, or Washington is sabotaging their team. You got a guy who wants to be paid. You got a guy who wants to be there. He does not want to leave. So he's a 1,000-yard receiver. You're not gonna just jump into the free agent pool and pull out another 1,000-yard receiver that has chemistry with your QB. So I think this is all just a bunch of wait to the last minute type of situation. Maybe they thought that he wasn't going to. Maybe they thought he was still going to show up in practice, even though he didn't get an extension, and he's made it clear that he is not. He said, "I am not showing up until I get extended." I think before or in August, you will hear about a Terry McLaurin extension. I don't think Washington fans have any fear of him leaving. It would be a very dumb move, and I don't think fans of other teams should be expecting to get him. I think he's just going to be re-signed, and they're going to have a pretty successful season with adding Deebo Samuel. This team should be ready to go. That's all I got to say on that. I think Terry McLaurin's just frustrated, and I think Washington's just waiting to the last minute. I don't think there's any actual plans of not paying this man. That would be a very stupid move. Excuse me, I had to drink there. The drink, boy. I got this Gatorade Zero here. I drink the Zero because, I ain't trying to put on no more gut than I got. So I'll sip on that Zero, boy. That's all we drink over here is that Zero. Okay. Zero, boy. Drinking that Zero. How much I get paid for this Gatorade? Give me something. Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice was sentenced today to 30 days in jail. Rashee Rice got into a car accident while racing. I didn't read this full story when it came out, but it happened in 2000. It happened last year, 2024. Rashee Rice got into a car accident while driving a Lamborghini 119 miles per hour. He got into a wreck racing another man driving a Corvette 116 miles per hour. And then after they wrecked the cars, they said that they fled the scene. So reckless driving and then fleeing the scene. Rashee Rice has taken full responsibility. Or he posted this a while ago after he got arrested or whatnot. He posted on social media, "I met with Dallas PD regarding the incident, and I take full responsibility." Apparently, he caused an accident that caused bodily. So it wasn't just he wrecked cars and drove off. He hurt people. And so he wrecked cars, he hurt people. He was driving 119 miles an hour in a Lamborghini. And so kind of sounded like what Shedeur Sanders was just doing. And that's why I said what I said about Shedeur Sanders. I'm not going to repeat it. So you can scroll down to my podcast episode called Shedeur Needs a Detour if you want to hear that one. Pretty sure you can find it in my podcast list on Buzzsprout. But sounds exactly like what Shedeur Sanders was just doing, speeding at 100 miles an hour. And Rashee Rice is actually going to jail for it. And he's been told that he has to serve 30 days, but he can serve it anytime he wants during his probationary period. So my guess is that he's going to serve it probably during the off season, would probably be the smartest move. Now, the NFL is also going to probably suspend him. So there's that. So the NFL was waiting on the courts to give him discipline. The court said he has to serve 30 days in jail, but he can serve it anytime during his 5 years probation. So he has 5 years to serve the 30 days in jail. And the NFL said they were waiting on that to decide their punishment, which I'm assuming is something at this level is probably going to be at least 4 games. I would imagine probably about 6 games, 4 to 6. He wrecked a car and hurt people. 4 to 8. I wouldn't be surprised if they told him to sit out 8. And that's all I got for you on Rashee Rice. I think whatever he gets is warranted. There's no accident. There's no excuse, man. I like having fun, and I hate being trying to look like the unk party pooper just because I'm 41 years old. But you don't drive 119 miles an hour. I mean, he literally hurt people. And then he left the scene after hurting people. He left the scene. A famous football player. So, whatever he gets coming to him, whatever you get coming to you for that is what you got coming to you. You got sentenced to 30 days, and that's probably, the judge is probably going easy on him. Someone else might have got a worse sentence. He probably had a really good lawyer, seeing as he's a millionaire. Another car-related incident with a football player. Jordan Addison pled guilty to a DUI. Jordan Addison of the Minnesota Vikings is one of the he's the number 2 receiver next to Justin Jefferson. Jordan Addison is good. Just in case you're not familiar with him, Jordan Addison is good. He's had 19 touchdowns in 2 seasons, 1,786 yards. Jordan Addison can play. He's a great second option next to Justin Jefferson. However, he had a DUI last year, and all they gave him was probation and a fine. He is also, I get his DUI. He didn't hurt nobody. He doesn't have to do jail time because he didn't hurt nobody. That he was just drunk and got pulled over. They said he was very drunk, like way above the legal limit. And he said that he has accepted responsibility, and he says he will accept whatever NFL punishment that the NFL gives him. Obviously, the courts made him pay a $390 fine. That's nothing to him. So he'll, I'm guessing the NFL will probably hit him with like 4 games or whatnot. The thing for me here is that he was passed out while driving under the influence of alcohol of at least 0.08 is wild. He was wasted. The Los Angeles police found him asleep at the wheel of a white Rolls Royce and blocking a lane of traffic. He was passed out in his car. So that's how drunk he was. And 0.08 is way above. This man was plastered driving a Rolls Royce. Get a driver. What is with these millionaire football players? Get a driver, bro. You couldn't have called an Uber, like an expensive one. You know what I'm saying? You're in LA. You could have got an Uber in 3 minutes or something. I don't know, bro. But driving a Rolls Royce around plastered, nah, that ain't it. That ain't it either. I mean, dude clearly understands that ain't it, and he said he's willing to accept any consequences. Like, he doesn't have a choice, but he's willing. He understands the consequences. Anything that comes my way is meant to happen or is deserved. I don't think he's going to get that many games as Rice because he didn't actually hurt anybody. On to basketball. Bradley Beal, two exciting moves here. Bradley Beal to the Clippers. That's my team, obviously. The Clippers. That's Kawhi's jersey on my wall. You can't see that if you're on audio. I am a Clippers fan. I've been a Clippers fan for too long. But this is exciting to me. Bradley Beal, I'm kind of upset with Big Perk. Earlier, Perk got on ESPN and said that Bradley Beal is not going to make any difference whatsoever going to the Clippers. I strongly disagree. Of course, there is health issues. He misses games. Okay. Kawhi misses games. Okay. But when the opportunity arises for them to play, let's not act like he's in a great position here. They got rid of Norman. First of all, kudos to the Clippers front office. You get rid of Norman Powell, and you somehow bring in John Collins and Bradley Beal, all for just Norman Powell and a second-round pick. So at first when they did the trade, I was like, Norman Powell and a pick for John Collins? Kind of confused me. Why the pick? Just straight up. But they had full intentions on bringing in Bradley Beal. Is Bradley Beal going to put up 20 a game? No. Can Bradley Beal shoot 40% from three-pointer while he's open, while other teams are focusing on Kawhi and Zubats? And let's also remember that the Clippers have a point guard. Okay? Let's remember that the Clippers have a point guard. So the Suns didn't. The Suns made a bunch of horrible moves and brought over Kevin Durant and then brought over Bradley Beal and had no point guard and planned on having Devin Booker play halfway point guard was the first mistake that I also said on my podcast when Bradley Beal first came over to Phoenix years ago. I said it on my podcast, this is a mistake. Bradley Beal's not a point guard. Devin Booker's not a point guard. Who the hell is the point guard? And they did, and everybody, they'll be okay. It was a disaster because nobody is a point guard. So the Clippers have a point guard. His name is James Harden, and he's a damn good one. So you got James Harden running a pick and roll. You got Kawhi attracting attention, and then you got a Beal standing in the corner. And Beal is also capable of creating his own shot. So it's not like Beal just has to stand in the corner. Beal can get to the basket. Beal can score. If he can do anything, he can score the ball. He's not an elite passer. He's not an elite defender. But the boy can put the ball in the basket. And at $11 million a year, there is nothing bad about what's happening here. You can't say nothing bad about it. $11 million, they're not paying him the $50 million he was owed. He got a buyout from Phoenix. And so the $11 million, 2 years, and you get Bradley Beal to come join you with Harden, Kawhi, Zubats having breakout seasons. Where is the negative about it? Besides, Beal might miss some games. Okay, well, the games he plays, I want to see because I think it's going to be a whole new, and you got John Collins too. Collins can play. John Collins can play. He can play defense. He's a two-way player. He can play defense and offense. He's also a stretch. He can shoot. So, you got Zoo, Collins, Kawhi, Beal, and Harden, and Perkins has something to say about it. I don't get it, man. Now they did lose first round to Denver. I expect them to at least make it to the second round. Losing first round again, then maybe Perk was right. This team should not lose first round. On paper, looking at this team, if all 5 starters are playing along with the bench players, this team should not lose first round. Let's not forget to mention Brook Lopez on the bench. They have brought in interior defense. Brook Lopez, Zoo is still there. They brought in John Collins, more defense. He can block shots. They beefed up the defense drastically. And they brought in a little bit of offense with Beal in an open shooting guard spot that needed filled, who I was wondering who was going to fill it until they brought in Beal. So this is good moves. This is an A for the Clippers front office. You got rid of Norman Powell in a pick, and you turned it into Bradley Beal and John Collins. And that is good front office work. I don't care who you are, dude. Dame Lillard returns to Portland. This was really good for Dame. The Bucks. First of all, I knew when he went there that they weren't going to do anything. Dame Lillard and Giannis is not strong enough to make it anywhere. But Dame hurt himself. He tore his Achilles, and they said the Bucks would not allow him to travel back to Portland to rest with his torn Achilles. And so they released him, and Portland got him on 3 years, $42 million. Portland's not really paying too many people. They're paying like Jeremy Grant. They're not paying nobody. They should have plenty of money to pay Dame. Dame gets to go home, and the only thing here is, this team is not a great team. So Dame's going home to lose. This Dame is not good enough to get this team out of the gutter by himself. If you couldn't do it with Giannis, you're not going to do anything in Portland. I mean, They needed a point guard because they let Simons go to Boston. Understandable. And Dame is so in love with Portland, he doesn't ever want to leave there. Understandable. But also, let's understand that Portland is not going anywhere, even with Dame coming back. This is still going to be a bottom team that might maybe fight for a play-in spot unless they bring someone else to play with Dame. And I don't think too many people have Portland as a destination for their free agency. That's all I got for y'all today. I don't have nothing else. The day is actually a new day because it's 12:48 a.m. It is almost 1 in the morning. We're out of here. Barb Jones, 345, man, thanks for listening. I love all the podcast downloads. If you go to my Buzzsprout that you see on here, if you go to the Buzzsprout that you see in the promo here, you will be able to download it and listen to it on whatever platform you got, man. If you want to see the highlights and the actual video, click the YouTube link you see in on my TikTok or on wherever you follow me, man. Or click the YouTube link. If you're on Buzzsprout right now, you will see the YouTube link that takes you to the actual video. This podcast is recorded in video, not just audio. So you could just be listening to the audio. If you want to see video, look up my TikTok, look up my YouTube. They are in the description of the information in the podcast, in the audio podcast. That's it. Y'all have a great weekend, man. Y'all have a great weekend. Like I always say, it's summertime, so we're gathering topics for sports, man. Like today, the only sports on today was tennis and golf. 2 sports but I gathered up enough football and basketball news to give you something, and we're gonna do that and get you back through the summer. We got football coming up in a couple months, and the news will be back popping again. That's it. We out. I'm taking my ass to bed. The bed, boy. The bed, boy.